Hey everyone, and welcome to this very special Facebook Live, YouTube video and podcast where we're going to talk all about 10 ways to grow your business. Now, this follows on from the 10 ways to grow yourself. So if you haven't already checked that out, please do. That's on Facebook Live yesterday in the Growing Circle. Also, it's going to be on YouTube. Plus, also, because I love doing this, it's going to be an episode of the podcast. So if you haven't checked it out before, go and check it out. Now, as I say, we're going to be talking about how to grow your business, and we're going to look at 10 areas today in this half-hour show where you can basically check it out and see how you're getting on. And with some of these, you might be flying, some of them you might need work on. But the main thing is identifying what's not working and then trying to get a process in place to be able to help you. So this is why I'm going live today. Now, if you join us on Facebook Live, thank you very much. And if you want to put in the comments, say hey to everyone, that would be great. And if you're watching on YouTube, please put some love and subscribe to the channel. It'd be really cool to have you on there. So over the next half hour, I'm going to be talking about the 10 ways or 10 things to look at when you're looking at growing your business. Now, this really doesn't make a difference in terms of where you are in terms of your business lifestyle, life cycle even, or the size or shape or type of business. These are the 10 pillars where if you look at these, and it doesn't matter if you're McDonald's or Burger King or Costa Coffee or even Amazon or, a small business who's operating out of their home. Doesn't matter. You can focus on each of these 10 areas and grow. So, 10 areas where you can grow your business. Let's start with fundamentally number 1, sales. Now, sales is really massively important for every business because frankly, if we have got no cash flow, we haven't got a business. We haven't got any revenue coming into the business, then how can we afford to pay ourselves, plus our staff, supplies, and all that kind of stuff? So having a look at your sales is massively important. Massively important. Now, a couple of ways you can look at your sales, and we'll go into these in later kind of little bits as well. But you can look at your lead generation. So you look at your products and work out which ones are successful, which products are working for you, and where are you getting your revenue from. Because once you know where your money's coming from, then you're going to be able to generate more because you can be able to focus better in that one particular area. If you don't know your numbers, that's your first bit. You need to learn how you're getting your money in and actually where your revenue streams are coming through. Also check out the proportion of kind of how many clients you have and how many clients you could potentially have inside your business. Are you using all your time for a couple of clients where actually you could be focusing on majority more and get a lot more? People say that there's normally an 80-20 rule when it comes to work and money and revenue and sales, and that says that 80% of your money comes from 20% of your clients. So by focusing on those 20%, maybe getting rid of the other 80, you'll be able to focus more time and energy in where you're doing it. Other people call it the hedgehog process. I've heard it be called that before. But the main thing is work out where your money is coming from. Also in your sales, work out your pricing. Are you pricing yourself too cheap? Are you pricing yourself out of the market? Work out your pricing and be comfortable with it. It's okay to change your pricing from time and time again, but make sure that when it comes to sales, you've got your pricing right. That way you don't turn into a busy fool and you don't keep working for no money whatsoever. And hey, if you love working and you're passionate about it, you want to do it for free, great. If you've got the finances to do it, go for it. But remember, price yourself at the right set. Don't go too high, don't go too low. Also with sales, make sure you know where your sales are coming from in the next couple of months. And if you're working on a 3-month basis on knowing where your sales are coming from, then actually you're going to know how you can be able to forecast better than other people who don't. So have a plan for your sales. Next up, number 2 is marketing. Point number 2, marketing, and this is quite straightforward, and this is the bit I love, but people can always do something extra in terms of their marketing. Step number 1 for your marketing is to have a plan. Have a plan for what you're going to be posting in over the course of the year. Split that into months and split that into core messages, and then work out social media posts and other posts from there. But have a plan. Step number 1 is to have a plan. Number 2, working again a 3-month cycle. 12 weeks, 3 months is a great way of you working out, because things change over the course of the year. And as we're recording on the 22nd of April, 6 weeks ago, nobody really would have thought that COVID-19 would be doing what it's doing now. And all marketing plans have pretty much gone out the window, but all the ideas are still sound. So if you've got a marketing plan, it might not be the right time to implement them now. Keep them on hold, keep them on the ice, and then you'll be able to do it later on. Also with marketing, make sure that you're advertising in the right places to where your customers hang out. And also have a choice of different methods of communication to your clients. Make sure you've got an email, a database that you send out newsletters to. Make sure you've got social media that you're updating your customers on. Make sure you've got a contact system or a CRM where you can harvest and nurture those relationships over time. Keep in touch with people. And as Steph Thomas, author of Networking Dummies, always says, every big opportunity, every big sale comes from this little conversation. I've messed that up, but you get the idea. Every big opportunity comes from a small conversation. That's the one. But do it and have multiple conversations on there. So with your marketing, I can go on for this for all day, but have a plan. Make sure you're posting where your customers hang out, and make sure, do you know what, actually you're repeating messages. If you've got a core message you want to send out, make sure that's in your literature. Make sure you've got that in wherever piece of media you're sending it out to. You can also, in the same respect, grow your audience. So your audience could be your client base, it could be your supplier base, it could be your staff, it could be your social media audiences. But that's something that you can always focus on. And audiences can change time to time. You know, people's buying habits change, and they'll be more likely to buy something if they're in the mood, or if they've got the need or the pain point and you can solve it. And that might come every 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It might come every 6 months or every week, depending on what your product is. You've got to make sure that you're putting the messages out there. So when that audience, when your customer is looking to buy from you, they see you. You're visible to them. That's the big thing. You need to be visible to your audience when they're looking to buy from you. You can always increase your audiences on social media. You can invite people. You can cross-pollinate your followers by putting on Twitter like you're on Facebook, and and vice versa. But really, for your audiences, that's something that you can grow quite organically. You don't pay for your audiences. Please, whatever you do, don't buy followers, because you want to make sure that your audiences are 100% behind you, and they're really talking and listening and engaging with your content because they want to, and not because you brought them. There's no point having 1 million followers on Instagram if actually those million people have no interest in your business or your products. So growing your audience is great. Next up, you can grow your people, upskill your team, upskill yourself. Self-development is great, and people want to be valued inside your company. And that, when you're looking at people, you're also looking at collaborators, you're looking at suppliers, clients, and anybody who's within your circle of influence. So when you're looking at your business, have a look at your people and think to yourself, have you got the right people in the right places? Have you got the right suppliers to cope with your demand? Do you need to get more collaborators in to help you grow your business? Hey, do you need to outsource? Is there a task that you need to outsource to a PA or a VA? And that will save you time and energy, so you can focus on what you're passionate about and what you're good at. If you think to yourself, actually, there's people inside my business who aren't benefiting or aren't getting the full benefits, or actually are dragging the business down, you need to get rid. You need to make that decision. But grow your people. Have a look at if you've got the right people in the right places. Then have a look at if you've got the right skills in those people. And if you have, brilliant. If you haven't, put them on courses, grow them, nurture them. If you've got the right people in the right places, and then you give them the right skills to be able to flourish, you're going to be onto a winner. And this is all about the long game, not the short game. Play the long game with your business and when you've grown your business as well. And with all of these, you can do a real straightforward task to give you more clarification to see if you need any help in these areas. Literally plot on a piece of paper, put people 0 being not very good, 10 being amazing, and then put yourself where you are in terms of your business in that. Do that for sales, do that for marketing, do that for your audiences. Then that's going to give you a really, really, really good idea of which areas you need to do. Next up is processes. Now, processes are a fantastic area to look at when you're looking at your business, especially in this time when we're recording. It's the 22nd of April, we're in lockdown, and there's a lot of people, some people fall into two camps at the moment. Some people have got no time and other people have got loads of time. If you've got loads of time available to you, take a look at your processes and have a think to yourself, well, actually, what process can I automate to make it quicker and easier? What areas can I outsource? And then what areas do I need more training so I can get quicker at doing it? Have a look at those areas now. And that's a great activity to do any time of the year. I'd say for myself probably 8 to 10 hours a week, just purely by automating the way I process podcasts, book guests in, and my accounting software. 3 changes, probably 8 to 10 hours a week. It's huge, but it can save you so much time, or it can save your team so much time. And hey, even down to the processes of communication. You know, we've got loads of different ways how we can communicate, not only to our staff, our clients, our suppliers. So having a uniformed way of people and having that process in place where you can get in touch with people via Slack, via Trello, or sharing team tasks like Asana, or there's loads of other ones out there. Having a process in place to do that is going to be fantastic. And if you're looking to grow your business, you need to put the process in place, which is really easy to understand. The one thing that I've taken away from retail is that working in multinational companies, they've all got the same processes. They've all got the same processes because it's easy to replicate. And it's the same as franchises. You go into one McDonald's, it should be the same as another McDonald's. If you go into one H. Samuels, it should be the same as going to another H. Samuels. It's the same principle because they're all running the same processes. So if you want to replicate your business or grow your business, you need to have the processes in place. That means having a job description for yourself if you want to pass it on to someone else. That means having a branding book, so if you want to outsource your marketing, branding, or kind of advertising or PR, you can send that to them. It could be your sales operations guide. It could be your HR guides. It could be all of these combined into one place. The main thing is if you've got a process where if you've got a team member coming in, you're making it as simple as possible for them to understand you, the company, and also the processes that they need to follow. You're just making the whole process as simple as possible. But you need to have a process. And if you haven't got a process, now's the time to start writing one. There's loads of HR advisors who can advise on making operation documents that actually work and not just a paperweight. But the main thing is having a process to be able to do it. And there's loads of tasks you can outsource. There's over 60 different tasks that I know of that you can outsource in a business, which isn't just marketing. That's also accounts, that's also HR, that's also operations, sales, you know, whatever it is. But advertising, PR, there's loads. There's absolutely loads. So have a think about what processes you're spending your time on, what processes you don't want to do. Then have a think about what processes can you automate, and then what you can outsource. And hey, if there's stuff that you have to do, you've got to do it. There's no choice. You've got to do it. If you can't outsource it, you can't do anything else, but you just need to get on with it. Eat that frog and do it. But see what you can outsource and see what you can automate and delegate and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to recap on the first 5 points of how to grow your business. And remember, all of these you can literally take it from a sliding scale. 10 being I've got it nailed, 0 being there's nothing there. So you could look at each of these sections and go mark yourself from 10 being great, 0 to being nothing, in the following areas: sales, marketing, audiences, people, and processes. They're the first 5. Now, halfway through the show, so if you've got any questions at all, please fire them below. Or if you want to save this for another time, obviously you can do. And you can check this out on YouTube and also on the Grow Show podcast. Number 6 is all about your products. Now, this is really interesting bit for me, because actually you want to be niche in your field. You want to be the go-to person for that particular product. And your products might not reflect that. Your products might be what you're really passionate about, but might not be what your audience wants. So make sure that there's a correlation between your audience and your products. Also work out, as I said before, which products are working for you. You might have loads of really kick-ass products which don't work and aren't bringing any revenue in, which isn't necessarily a problem unless you're spending most of your time marketing those products. You might as well spend your time marketing the products which are working and bringing you revenue and money into the business. Focus on that first, and then you can do other stuff to be able to flourish and kind of grow that side of it. But the main thing is work out what products are working, what products are suited to your customers the most, and also what products do you love doing. And make sure that they all correlate in a nice Venn diagram with customers, passion, and products. Make sure that works. And those ones that fit into the middle of it, they're the ones you keep on doing. Also, when you're reviewing your products, see what products you can introduce into your range. And it might not be you, it might be your team, or it might be a collaboration with someone. But work out if there's any gaps in your market that you can spot. And by reviewing your products and reviewing the market, reviewing your customers, matching them all up, you're going to get a much rounded more approach to your business and your products, which is going to give you the best chance you can get of making more sales, making more money, and helping more people. So review your products and services. Next up is all about innovation. Now, how innovating is your business? How are you innovating your business, and not just your business, how? Your industry. What are you doing which is different to your competitors? Where can you see your business going in 5, 10, 20 years? What customer habits are your customers developing, which actually you can cope and you can help with? Being innovative is almost like a shark fin. You think the innovation curve to be quite kind of curved like that. But if you think of things like the iPod, for instance, actually that was a very shark fin. That was a very kind of go up there. Sales was plateaued. They were thinking about it. Suddenly it came up and then it went back down again. And that's kind of what you want. Innovation rarely now goes like that. It goes into shark fins like that. If you want to check out more about that kind of thing, check out a book called Big Bang Disruption. It's fantastic. It goes into a lot more detail. But where does your business sit on the innovation curve? Is your business really quick and flourish? It's really exciting. It's got all of a passion. Customers are starting to understand it, so it's at the start of it. Is it at the peak? Or actually, is it just heading down? Check out the innovation curve, and you'll be able to plot where your business is on that curve. Don't be left behind by everybody else. Keep up to pace, and don't even keep up to pace. Be ahead of your competition. Figure out what your customers are going to do next and react to that. How innovative is your business? Plot it from 0 to 10. Next up is assets. Now, what I mean by assets when it comes to a business term is not only marketing assets like pictures, videos, live streams, all that kind of stuff, press releases, magazine appearances. That's not what I mean by that. They're marketing assets for sure. An asset is anything that's owned by your business, which includes premises, staff. Staff are an asset if you pay them. So business premises, staff, you've got equipment, And also, obviously, the marketing assets and anything else that you own, promo items, all that kind of stuff. Also could be classed as vehicles, to be fair. The main thing is have a look at your assets and see what's working for you again. And all of this is a review tool. Have a look at what's working for you and see what's not. Invest in what's working, don't invest in what's not. At the moment, there's a lot of people working from home, and there's a lot of people who aren't actually in the mindset of going into the office or leaving the house. Now, after this time, you'll find that some people will actually like working from home. Some businesses will go, do you know what, actually, all my staff are happy working from home. It's working well. Let's carry on doing that, even if it's just for 1 or 2 days a week. And that's cool. Otherwise, on the flip side, people might be thinking differently. So they might actually think, do you know what, actually, I don't want to work from home. I want to work in an office. I want to have my own dedicated space. That's fine. But you've got to work this out. And I'm not giving you these things as gospel. I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just trying to give you ideas of areas where you can look at improving. And again, 0 to 10. See what's working for you. If it's working, great. If not, yeah. Also, when it comes to assets, look at stuff which is actually earning you money and also costing you money. So actually, if you've got an office that you only use once or twice a week and actually you don't really need it, get rid of it, save the money. But equally, actually, if having an office is going to save you money overall, it might be worth doing it. Check that out. But see what's costing you money, see what's doing that. Next up, and that runs nicely into costs. The main thing is with cost is know how much money you've got coming in, how much money you've got going out, and manage that process. Always be planning ahead to make sure that you've got a contingency or know where your revenue is going to come from. Have a system in place where you can manage the outstanding debts in your business, so therefore you can send them email, you can have an automated system that tells you to do that and that sends out reminders. Have a way of managing the the payroll in your business. Have a set date of cut off and a pay date of when it's going to be doing. All of these things are in your control. And if you're waiting for me to come in from the supplier, fine. But again, have a process in place, have a contract in place to start off with. That means that in 3 or 4 months' time, they know what's going to happen if there's non-payment and all that kind of stuff. Make sure you've got that process, but know your costs. Know your costs. And then the last bit, before I kind of sum it all up, is future planning. Now, what I mean by future planning is simple as this. You need to know where your business is going in 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years time. And as soon as you start to know where you're going and where your business is going, you're going to be in a much stronger position. Make sure you know where your customers are going as well, so what your customer habits are, and plan for those. Plan for those. Because if you haven't got a plan for what's going to happen, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in the same position and you're probably going to be coasting along. And if you're coasting along and everyone else is future planning and making sure that actually they are looking at the latest things that their customers are doing and responding to it, you're going to be left behind. Don't be left behind and start future planning. Now, I've covered 10 ways or 10 ideas for you to grow your business, and I'm going to quickly recap them. But before I do, again, just think about it like this. Each of the 10 areas can be, if you can improve in each of the 10 areas just by 1%, your business is going to flourish. And I don't talk to you as someone who's achieved it. I'm talking to you as someone who's going through this process themselves. So over the course of the last week or so, I've reviewed my sales, my marketing, my audiences, my people, my processes, products, innovations, assets, costs, future planning. I've reviewed all those, and I've actually been doing it over the last 4 or 5 months because it's not something you can do straight away. You need to pick up different areas, and processes, for instance, took me a month to get it sorted. After that time, it saved me time. So it works. But the main thing is, try to make improvement each day in one of these areas, and you'll find that your business will grow. And if you make 1% improvement in sales plus 1% in your marketing, you will find that others will grow naturally from that. So to recap, the 10 things that I want you to take away and look at when you're looking to grow your business are these. Your sales. Have you got a process? Have you got a way of measuring it? And do you know where your money's come from? Number 2, your marketing. Make sure you know what message you're sending out to your customers. Are they being sent out on the right places for your customers to see them? And have you got a choice of places where your customers can get your information from? Number 3, your audiences. How are you growing your audiences on social media, your CRM system, and how are you keeping in touch with your clients and suppliers? Number 3, people. Are they the right people in the right places with the right skills? Number 5, processes. Make sure you've got the right processes in place to make your job and your business run as smoothly as possible. Can you automate anything? Can you outsource it? Can you delegate it? How do you need training in a particular area? Work out your processes and make sure that you've got a seamless process all the way throughout your business. Number 6, your products. Make sure you've got the right products for your audience. Make sure that your customers are benefiting the best from your products. Can they be any better? Are they being advertised? And have you got products that you're not selling that you can just get rid of? Have a look at all of those bits. Then have a look at your innovations. How innovative is your business? Are you ahead of a curve or are you behind your competitors? Make sure you've got up-to-date information about your customer buying habits and make sure that you're helping them the best way you can for that time. And also think about how your business is going to grow later on. Have a look at your assets, have a look at the ones which are costing you money, which ones are actually appreciating, and have a look at what assets you need to get into your business to help you. Offices, staff, promotional items, equipment, they're all assets. If owned by So what you need to do is have a look at these and think about actually what assets are working for me. At the same time, have a look at your costs. Have a look at your costs to see where you'll find out where your money's coming from, basically. Have a process to manage outstanding debts. Make sure your invoicing is all sorted. Have a process for your staff, your payroll, all that kind of stuff. And know how your money's going to be looking at in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line. Have a process and make sure you've got a process for your costs. And then last of all, future planning. Have a plan for your future. Have a plan for where you're going to be in 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years down the line. And then you're pretty much there. And remember, it's not about focusing on just on one area. Make small improvements on many of the areas and you'll find how it will have a compound effect. That's me done, my guys and girls. There are 10 ways to grow your business, or 10 ways to look at your business. Hope you've enjoyed this Facebook Live and YouTube video, and if you listen to the podcast, thank you very much. Remember, check out my 10 ways to grow yourself, which will be a separate episode. And also coming up tomorrow is 10 ways of, or the next video is the 10 ways to grow your community. So take care, my friends, and I'll see you all very soon for the next edition of The Grow Show, and also Facebook Live and YouTube video. Thank you very much.